let's just say most people heard the smash. Hello and welcome back to Allotment Life. Thanks for joining me for another week on the plot. The sun is shining, the birds are singing. Let's go and get the shed unlocked and see what we can get on with today. If you're new here, this is my allotment vlog where I take you around the plot each week. I upload every Friday and show you what I've been getting up to. It's been rather a busy and warm week, so I've been having to rush here after work and try and get here and water before it gets dark. Some days I don't finish work till 8 or 9 and there's not much daylight left to get the watering done by the time I'm here. So I have filmed lots of different things in small parts throughout the week, and I'm going to try and put it all together now. Hopefully you can keep up with what's going on, including, oh my goodness, you won't believe what my allotment neighbour did. First of all, I think we need to have a quick update so that you can see what's changed since last week. I now have potatoes starting to appear, so that's exciting. I've got a bag of grass cuttings here and I'm going to use that to cover up the potatoes. Obviously last week I showed you the strawberries were just starting to turn red. I have since covered the strawberries with a net just to keep the birds off. If you're going to use a net on your allotment, please don't make it run down to the ground. Leave a gap like this so the animals that do go under don't get trapped and caught in it. Particularly hedgehogs. Hedgehogs can get easily tangled up in a net. The idea of the net is to keep the birds off. They're up high in the trees, as you can hear them anyway. So looking down to them, this is fully covered. They're not going to come down here and try and get underneath. But your little hedgehogs that are already scurrying around on the ground, they could easily get stuck. So please, if you're putting a net up, leave some gaps. The asparagus have started growing again. Now that the heat has returned, here we go. Can I snap this off? Yes. We'll take that one home. And there's a couple more here. I should really go and get scissors, but I'm not. 3 little asparagus, that will do for now. I've got potatoes in tubs outside, which are ready to harvest. I've just not had time to do it. Underneath here are where I've sown the parsnips. I'll take that bubble wrap off shortly. I've got my outdoor dahlias. And the greenhouse is still fairly full. Not as busy as it was, but yeah, we've got lots in here. Outside here, you can see that we've got radish growing. A nice row of radish. There are some spring onions just along here, but you may not be able to see them because they're quite tiny. What's this? Carrots, yes, we have carrots as well. One big radish. Over here we've got a few of the larger items that I potted on, and if you remember I left them on this dry soil to try and protect them from the slugs and snails. That seems to have worked. These are my volunteer blue Danube potatoes going absolutely wild, and over here I do now have potatoes growing through. Fantastic. Right, I don't want to leave you waiting too much longer. Let's head in the greenhouse and discuss what's happened with my allotment neighbour. In my recent vlogs, you'll have noticed that the greenhouse was getting more and more packed. I was running out of space to put things. When I potted on the seedlings into bigger pots, that just gave me even less space in the greenhouse. A month or 2 ago, I said that I was going to try and make a bench for all of the seedlings, so that I could put the trays on there and mortar it easily. I collected all of the pieces of wood for free. I had all of the slats. I'd cleaned them and cut them down to size. These were old bed slats that I managed to get hold of. I had some long pieces of angle which I could use. I just hadn't cut them down to size yet. But I didn't quite have enough spare wood to connect it all together, so I hadn't got that task done. And I just thought that this job would roll over into next year. However, you won't believe what my allotment neighbour did. I turned up at the plot this week one day and noticed a structure up near the top by my shed and thought, what on earth is that? I wander up to the top of the plot and have a look, and just like that, my neighbour has built me a seedling station for the greenhouse. He said that he had a spare hour and he thought he'd put it together because he had a few pieces of wood to complete the project. I was totally not expecting this at all. I was just really surprised. I mean, I hadn't asked him to do it. He just did it. I quickly had to empty the greenhouse and get everything outside so that we could then carry the staging down, put it in place, and I could start reloading it again before the end of the day. Then the drama develops. Whilst I was making space in the greenhouse for the new staging, I moved the current workbench and there was a little bit of a disaster. I want to try and move this workbench over to the other side and put the new one along here. I'm not sure how heavy this is, but let's see. Oh. That's not a good sound. It's okay. Oopsie. The workbench has been here so long, I forgot that there was a piece of glass behind it. Never mind. I'll wrap that up in cardboard and dispose of it safely. I'm going to fold this up in cardboard as much as I can and then put it in one of the thick compost bags that I've got spare. Oh, look at that. It's looking good. Look at that. A thing of beauty. And this racking on the top lifts out. I can grow things in the ground underneath, and when they get tall enough, they can go up higher. If you've been following the allotment life journey for a long time, you will know that I do have the best allotment neighbour, but like I said, this was a total surprise. Do any of you have an allotment neighbour this good? As we're putting the staging into the greenhouse, it's about 8:30 at night, so we're losing light, we're running out of time to get the watering done. There's a problem with the greenhouse window, the automatic open and close one. I didn't have time to get it sorted that evening, so here's the footage from the next day when we had to sort out and repair the greenhouse window. We're possibly not tall enough for this job. So it's just starting to come out of the frame. It's obviously come loose because this corner had a crack. With my neighbour's expertise, we've removed this frame. It slides out really easily, and now we've got to lock the glass back in before sliding the window back on. That's the bolt that's come out. I haven't got enough hands. This bolt has come out, it should be sitting in here. It's probably not square, which is why we had the problem to begin with.
Okay.
It's better than it was.
Let's take a fraction that way.
Do I need to go outside and drag it along? I'm not sure I can reach.
Oh, it's touching up there, so that's why it won't move. I'll have to do.
Okay.
But at the moment it's all loose.
The glass?
No, the bolt.
Oh.
And that would mean just put a new one in through there. There we go.
As expected. Be alright, there's still plenty of others. Blimey, it's a little bit hot in here. Let's see what the thermometer says. 33 degrees in here. Which way up does this go?
Nice to take these up. Yeah.
No,
You take
no,
one
no.
of them out.
No, let's just put it back on. It'll be fine, look. Open
Yeah.
and close.
If that's what you want to do.
It'll do for today.
Yeah.
It's too hot to do.
That's what it wants. You want that glass out, lift it up, put one of the little bolts in. I keep that one there.
Right, I'm going to give you a quick update of what the greenhouse looks like now that the staging's in place. On the staging I've got my black trays with the matting in, and all of the trays have got the copper tape around the edge. I can water over this and it won't damage the wood, and there's nothing underneath that can't get wet. I've got another tray sitting on just the old metal shelving that I was using previously for the overspill. Look at these tomato plants. I really need to get that in the ground soon. I mean, I need to get everything in the ground soon. But like I said, this week's been really busy. It's just get here after work and the priority has been watering. Hopefully very soon I'll have a big day of putting everything outside. The wildlife camera footage is coming up next. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all again next week.